How do dreams come to us? Are they the work of our conscious, subconscious, or even unconscious mind? First, a little theory. The term subconscious comes from psychoanalysis and refers to the part of the mind that is not consciously accessible, but can be accessed through certain techniques such as dreams, hypnosis, or free associations. It is a layer of the mind that lies below conscious awareness, but still has an influence on behavior and emotions. The term unconscious, on the other hand, comes from Carl Gustav Jung's analytical psychology and refers to a deeper layer of the mind that is not only unconscious but also collective. The unconscious contains archetypal patterns and symbols that are universal and found in all cultures and times. It is not only a personal phenomenon, but also a transpersonal one. Overall, we can say that the subconscious is a part of consciousness that is not directly accessible, while the unconscious is a deeper layer of the mind that contains both personal and collective aspects. And dreams come from our subconscious mind. While we sleep, our brain processes the events and experiences of the day by organizing memories and emotions into various forms of images, symbols, and stories. These images and symbols can come from our personal lives or from collective experiences and archetypes. Let us now consider your questions, or rather the dream interpretations you have asked us for. Joe Biden and my cell phone. I had a strange dream in which the President of the United States confiscated my cell phone. Can you explain to me the meaning of this dream? A dream in which the cell phone was confiscated by the President of the United States? This sounds like a dream that needs to be analyzed more deeply. Let's take a look at the symbols and meanings together. Cell phone is a very important tool nowadays and often serves as a connection to our working world as well as our social life. In dreams, it is often used as a symbol of communication and connection. So if the president confiscates the cell phone, it could mean that an important communicative link is broken or disrupted and indicate a feeling of powerlessness or loss of control. The fact that he has confiscated our dreamer's cell phone clarifies in its original connection to the unconscious. The instance of the ego seeks a higher moral compass in an authoritarian figure or instantiates its transformative power with this respectful personality. As the leading figure of the country, the president also represents power, authority, and strength. Opposing or standing up to his authority would likely have consequences. This could indicate that someone in your life has control or power over you and is limiting your ability to communicate. In this sense, this dream signifies nothing less than a shaking of our personal identity and autonomy from our own subconscious. By signaling to us that these conflicts are beyond our control and render us incapable of action, the dream opens a door to our own interiority. He obviously perceives the outside world as threatening, causing him to develop feelings of helplessness in relation to his own creative technical strength. He should become aware of these emotions in order to be able to better integrate them into his life. Only when he has achieved this will he be able to regain full access to the real self. It is also possible that the dream indicates a political or social uncertainty. The President of the United States is an important political figure, and his intervention in your life could indicate a sense of insecurity or anxiety about political events or decisions. However, the exact meaning of this dream depends on the circumstances that may have triggered it. Have you recently heard of political unrest, or are you having problems with your professional or personal communication? These details are crucial for a comprehensive analysis of the dream. Overall, this dream may be a sign that something important is happening in your world, whether it's politics, work, or relationships that requires your attention and may require difficult decisions. Let this dream reflect on your situation, because deep down we all know what it means. Sometimes we just need a little hint to figure it out. With this in mind, everyone is advised to never underestimate the importance of their dreams. They represent an irreplaceable instrument with which we can receive the signals of our soul and use them for our personal development. Shoplifting. Hello, my friend had a dream in which I was caught shoplifting. My friend's dream was full of surprising events and symbols. He saw me in a store, but my behavior was strange and suspicious. At some point, a security guard in the store noticed him and tracked my movements after a theft. My friend loudly yelled out my name to try to stop me from continuing to steal, but it didn't help. I was caught by the security guards and immediately arrested. This is about you, whom he encountered while shoplifting. First of all, from a purely psychological point of view, we can say that it is very likely that this dream has nothing to do with a real incident of theft. Rather, it may reflect the relationship between the two of you, a dispute on an unresolved level. A dream in which someone is caught shoplifting can have several meanings. It could mean that the dreamer is afraid of being caught or punished for doing something that is against the rules or laws. It could also mean that the dreamer feels that they have done something that was not right, and they feel guilty or ashamed. It is also possible that the dream is a warning or an indication that the dreamer is in a situation where they might be tempted to do something that is unethical or illegal, and that they should be careful not to get caught. Certainly, this scene begs the question, what could this mean? If we look more closely at the details, we can find some clues as to what the dream may symbolize. Shoplifting is often a symbol of guilt or bad moral behavior. By being observed stealing in your dream, your subconscious may be indicating something in your friend's life to work on. The appearance of a security guard may also be relevant. A law and order instrument shows that your subconscious fears negative repercussions from your actions. And then there is the shouting of the friend. Such an observation might indicate that my friend is trying to protect me from my own behaviors. It could be that your friend feels hurt in some way by your actions or fears becoming a victim of your, possibly hidden, machinations himself. This may also mean that he cannot trust you completely. After all, as the saying goes, when we are asleep, our subconscious often tells us things that we would rather keep quiet about when we are awake. In light of the shoplifting, this could mean that over time you are acquiring things that are not actually yours, whether concerning moral shortcomings or material goods. These acts could originate from you trying in some way to satisfy a deep need. Perhaps it is to feel socially elevated or simply to feel special. We can draw from this dream the important insight that such dreams often point to unexpressed conflicts and emotional hurts. As adults, we have a wealth of experience compared to youth that can help us address these conflicts in a constructive dialogue with others, or better yet, never let them arise in the first place. A vivid dream about a bedroom remodeling and a theft. Today I would like to draw your attention to a very special dream that a person recently described to me. A dreamlike experience that revolved around the remodeling of a bedroom and finally culminated in a theft. In the world of the unconscious, there are no boundaries and no enemy image that can hold us back. We penetrate deep into the darkest corners of our psyche and encounter dreams that can influence the course of our lives. This is exactly what happened to a man I recently treated in my practice. His eyes were wide open and his breathing was rapid. He had had a vivid dream. A dream of loss and fear, someone stole his things and left nothing but emptiness inside him. But this dream was more than mere surreal fantasy, it had a deeper meaning. I asked him what struck him about this dream. There were people there, he finally said in a broken voice. People we thought were friends, but they took everything from me, my bed, or half of it, my savings for our house and for our little girl. I knew immediately that this was more than a simple nightmare. I grabbed my notebook and began to write down his story. Seeing his friends in the dream bedroom symbolized the trust he placed in earthly connections, but at the same time, losing everything that was important to him showed him that this connection could ultimately be disappointing. A notable detail of the dream was that not only were items stolen, but so was the trust and peace in the family. A mother and father were robbed of their money and their security. A heartbreaking situation worth contemplating. Of course, accordingly, you will ask, what could such a dream mean? The bedroom stands here as a symbol of our personal spaces. Our space for dreaming and reflecting, but also for regeneration and intimacy with our partner. If you follow this interpretation, you may already see more clearly. Someone invades your space without permission and takes everything away from you. And as a result, your trust is shaken. However, this dream interpretation would not be complete yet. We must ask ourselves, why was this precious half of the bed stolen, of all things? How can this detail be interpreted? Well, we could interpret the half of the bed in the context of our relationship life. It may well be that we feel incomplete within our relationship and try to find our other half. But then what happens when this other half is stolen? Perhaps it means that in the absence of such a connection we are insecure or even in danger of setting up a confrontation with our own unconscious or even our own psyche. But now we come to the theft of money, a traumatic event for any person. How can this isolated detail be interpreted? The troublemaker motif in the dream often indicates individual projects that are affected from the outside. In my opinion, the money should be seen here as a symbol for the necessary financial support for the implementation of a project or generally for financial instability. Do you therefore perhaps currently fear for your existence or have concerns about your current professional activity? Are you possibly facing greater challenges? Of course, it would have been desirable to get a concrete indication of the reason and cause of the dream. But even so, the interpretation can be guessed. A dream about how individual parts of our life can be snatched away from us probably occupies us all from time to time. Hearing all this, the man swallowed hard. But I could assure him that this dream was not just a masquerade of his mind, but could also serve as a warning. Warning against trusting unchecked or leaning on anyone or anything, whether it be a person or something material. Dreams can send us important messages if we can interpret them correctly. It is up to us to listen to these signals from the subconscious and implement them in our waking life. And so, in the end, all that remains to be said is, be on the lookout for warning signs in your life and intervene in time, not just when it is already late. In this sense, it only remains for me to say, sleep well. We look forward to seeing you again and talking about your dreams. If you have an unresolved dream that you would like to share with us, please write us about it. You can find the email address in the video description.